At Tom's Guide, we're always hunting for the best TV. As new models come out, we put them through a rigorous testing regimen, all to help you make the best decision you can possibly make when shopping for a new OLED or QLED TV. We test all the top TVs each year, close to 4 dozen of them, and these are the 4K TVs that we recommend. What are we looking for when we review the best TVs? We want everything that you want: great picture quality, rich sound, easy setup, and all of the smart features available today. We take all those metrics and weigh them against the price of the TV to help you decide what's worth your money. To evaluate each TV, we test them in our labs and in the real world, measuring everything from color reproduction and color accuracy to lag time for gaming performance. Plus, we gauge picture and sound quality by watching some of the most popular shows and movies. To help you find the right model, we've listed the best 4K TVs 2024 and their key features, plus the things you need to consider to help you choose the best one for you. And as always, you can check pricing for any of these products in the description below. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. Number 6, Roku Plus Series 4K QLED. Looking for a 4K TV that's as budget as can possibly be without being totally unusable? Meet the Roku Plus Series 4K QLED, a stellar option at the $500 range. You might gawk and wonder just how fruitful this display truly can be at that price, but even with only a 60Hz refresh rate and not a single HDMI 2.1 port, the Roku Plus Series 4K QLED proves itself a valiant option. Prime of all on this 4K TV is Roku's beloved smart interface, allowing users streamlined access to much of their favorite content and apps. Built on the Mini-LED panel design, the Plus Series 4K also surprisingly leverages a serene HDR output and color coverage. It does, however, miss on brightness in gaming. That's not to say you can't get some great gaming mileage out of the Plus series, as it does sport an impressive input lag of 11.5 milliseconds, but with no HDMI 2.1 ports, it won't be capable of 4K gaming at 120 Hz. Where the Roku Plus Series 4K shines, though, is in its relatively grand audio output. Obviously, at this price, it's not ideal, but with support for Dolby Atmos and 4.1 surround sound, it's quite a feat of display engineering. Number 5, TCL QM8 Mini-LED TV. Sporting some of the best budget TVs in the space, TCL is one of the most well-known manufacturers for those looking to get in on the awesome 4K action without the high premium. The TCL QM8 Mini-LED TV is a testament to this fact, with our own score highlighting it as a major value with tons of underlying features that make it a perfect buy in the near $1,000 range. But what makes this Mini-LED so appealing? Well, the QM8 leverages TCL's AI PQ Engine Gen 3, which can improve picture in real time, ensuring you get the best image possible, no matter if you're watching the Batman or Barbie. As for brightness, the QM8 can hit a remarkable 1,348 nits of peak SDR brightness in tandem with 2,201 nits of peak HDR brightness, so you're getting quite the package. In terms of gaming, the QM8 isn't exactly the most impressive, but an input lag of 13 milliseconds coupled with some gamer-focused features like VR and ALM make it a well-rounded budget option in the 4K category, especially for those using one of the best gaming PCs and aim to hit 240 Hz at 1080p. Number 4, Samsung QN90C Neo QLED. As a QLED, the Samsung QN90C comes in with a whole new panel technology to wow the masses, and given our scoring, it's safe to say it's worth every penny. Luckily, it's not too incredibly high of an investment, with its 43-inch model sitting around $1,200. On the Samsung QN90C, both color coverage and brightness prove remarkable. Given the TV uses Mini-LED technology, you're expected to get a bit better brightness, and its 1,987 nits of peak HDR brightness is quite telling in this regard. As with most Samsung displays, the magic relies solely on its incredible Tizen interface, which has tons of awesome gaming enhancements, access to a wide array of apps, and even Matter support for integrated smart home appliances. The Samsung QN90C isn't just one of the best 4K TVs, but comes heralded as one of the best QLED TVs as well. However, without Dolby Atmos support, you may want to pair the QN90C up with a worthy audio substitute like the Samsung HW Q990B 11.1 for Dolby Atmos soundbar. Number 3, Samsung QN900C Neo QLED 8K TV. 8K TVs are the future. At some point, 8K content is going to arrive, and folks who bought into the technology early will have front row seats to the show. Unfortunately, it's like buying a ticket to next year's movie premiere. You might have front row seats, but you simply have no idea when it's going to start. The good news is that the Samsung QN900C doesn't only play 8K content and does a great job of scaling 4K, HD, and even sub-HD content to fill the screen. Thanks to enhancements to that picture, it's going to look phenomenal, but it won't match the myriad details you'll one day see in native 8K TV shows and movies. Paying a premium for all this is not the best financial decision, admittedly, but if you're someone who loves being on the cusp of what's next, then the Samsung QN900C is the closest you can possibly stand to the cutting edge. Design. The Samsung QN900C is another example of Samsung's infinity display at work. You'll barely notice the bezels once content starts playing, and the pedestal design helps to make the QN900C look every bit as futuristic as the picture. Spin it around to the back and you'll find a 6.24 channel system. That's some serious audio power, people. In terms of ports, all the essentials are here, all HDMI 2.1 of course, and they all connect in a neat, orderly fashion to the ON Connect box. It's about as premium gets. Number 2, Sony Bravia XR95L OLED. If someone asked us which TV we'd buy for ourselves if we had an unlimited budget and a perfect spot in a dedicated home theater space, the Sony Bravia N95L OLED would be the TV we'd pick. It is so genuinely good that it could put any other TV on this list to shame. Too bad the pricing starts at around $3,000 for one. So what makes this Sony OLED the superlative screen? It offers the best picture performance with outlandish color vibrancy and accuracy, plus a surprisingly high peak brightness and a beautiful sounding audio system. Its Google TV platform is identical to all the others on this list, but £5 owners will get an expanded set of features by pairing their Sony console with this Sony TV. It's a shame it's so bloody expensive because this is a TV that everyone in the world deserves to see at some point in their lives. Design. The N95L is a conundrum. It's a beautiful TV that's super slim, about 0.25 inch at its thinnest point, but also relatively big generally speaking. It's also heavier than other OLED TVs. The 65-inch model weighs 51.6 pounds, and you'll never know fear until you're lifting a paper-thin, $3,000 TV to get it onto a wall mount. Once it's properly mounted, however, it looks great. The major downside here is that the HDMI 2.1 ports are limited in availability here with only 2 to choose from. Number 1, Hisense U6K. Hisense is a brand that's all about providing value for your dollar. Hence why the U8K is so highly rated on Tom's Guide. The Hisense U6K keeps a lot of what makes the U8K so great, namely its Mini-LED backlight that enables better contrast with above-par black levels and a quantum dot filter for enhanced color saturation. The Hisense U6K trades the U8K's native 120Hz panel for one with a 60Hz refresh rate, but considering that this TV is often priced below $500, it's a trade-off most folks should be fine with. So why isn't this one the best TV of the year if it's such a good value? The U6K doesn't have as powerful a processor on board, which means that upscaling and motion processing are mediocre at best. Its lack of any HDMI 2.1 ports means gamers will be stuck at 4K/60, and there's no ATSC 3.0 tuner here, either. For under $500, it's the best cheap TV we think you can buy, but it's important you know why it's sitting down here on our list instead of at the number 1 spot. Admittedly, the Hisense U6K probably isn't the choicest TV you're ever going to lay eyes on. Its legs are plastic and 3.1 inches deep. It doesn't sit exactly flat on the wall. Still, I don't think it looks awful, either, especially when you're actually watching something on the TV.